Blog Talk Radio.
Hey guys, this is Those Guys with your host, Matt Marrero, along with your other host,
Tristan Walter.
And here we are again, Tristan, not talking about One Piece this week, jumping right back into Dragon Ball Super, something that we haven't been doing in a while, and I'm really happy to get this batch of episodes done. So today we're doing episodes 28 to 36, right? And I don't want to focus too much on other, because I want to talk about the episodes just, one individually like we usually do, but I just have to say, right, I just have to start this off and say, wow, we are actually doing new material for Super.
Yep.
This is mind-blowing to me. This has nothing to do with Frieza, minus Frost, right? This has nothing to do with Frieza. This has nothing to do with Beerus, in the sense of Battle of Gods,
right.
Yeah, I know, right? No, let me explain. No, but it's just such a wonderful thing. And also another thing that I enjoy is they picked a topic that will definitely not be adapted into a movie.
Yeah.
It's not as if they're drawing out a movie arc, let's say. They go, oh, it'll become a movie and then everyone will watch the condensed version of it. No. That can't happen. If there's going to be another Dragon Ball, well, of course there will be another Dragon Ball Z movie in the future. But when there will be, it'll have to take place either after this arc or after the arc after this, because I know that's currently going on. But you and I haven't started watching that yet, so we're not talking about that. Spoiler-free, just talking about episodes 28 to 36 from Super right now. But anyway, I feel like they can make a brand new movie, right? And then sadly adapt that into the show, right, when they need to. But no, it feels really nice that this is something that can happen in Dragon Ball Super, and it just does not you don't feel like it's going to be anywhere else, I guess. You know what I mean? It's new.
Yeah. Right.
Minus there is a manga though that I haven't been reading, but I'm sure that some of this is getting taken from the manga. But yeah, but there's a manga running in Japan if anyone doesn't know, but I haven't read it myself. Right. But no, I'm just really enjoying, this arc because it's a good old-fashioned tournament.
Yeah.
We haven't had those. It's interesting because, some people talk to me, and I think it's because they don't remember, this show. Well, because, we got it in the U.S. a lot later.
Right.
Right? But many of them don't realize that when they're just oh, man, it's a tournament. It's just hey, remember, this show ended in 97 in Japan, technically 95, but then GT came out. So this show ended in 95, right? It ended for us at around maybe 2006, right? I'm thinking maybe,
maybe.
Yeah, about, but maybe if you add in GT too. It could have been 03, but if you add in no, it could have been 2003, 2004, but then GT came along. Yeah,
right.
So about 06 if you include GT. But still, then eventually, then of course, they get Kai. So then we get Kai early, 5 years later, right? We get Kai in we get Kai in 2010, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. 2009, I believe.
Yeah.
It depends. Because I think we got it 2010, but it came out in 2009 in Japan. The point is that for Japan, they haven't had tournament arcs for God knows how long. But I think to some of us in America, it's just DBZ never left. Because at that point, the video games were still were still being pumped out in Japan and America. But it's just, as we said in earlier shows, no, this is amazing. This is new Dragon Ball content in 2016, and it involves tournaments. And even though there are some, special Dragon Ball stuff, expanding the universe, it's not Black Star.
Right, yeah.
It's at this point that I realize there's no coexisting with GT at this point. This is just pissing all over GT.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, no, because it was up until this, because in my opinion, Battle of Gods and Resurrection of F could have potentially tied in with GT in certain ways, but now.
Right.
No, now we're done. It's great, but we're done. It's that's all anime filler, GT. It's that doesn't exist. Yeah, but anyway, so how'd you feel about this batch of episodes?
I enjoyed them too. I was glad we finally got into, like you said, new content. Definitely happy to see a tournament. I like that they had a few other people in there aside, Goku and Vegeta, but granted, it's Goku and Vegeta are at power levels that no one could even dream of now. I mean, it was like that beforehand, but now it's even more so because, God powers. So
Of course,
it would have been
of course.
nice to see more of the other cast get to participate because it's a tournament. So it's like, oh, we don't have to worry about dying. We can just have fun. But, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, we'll see.
I do
we'll see
enjoy
what's going to happen.
what they've been doing.
Yes, I mean, we'll see what's going to happen in the future. But yeah, I will admit it does seem awkward because the way that it seems that it's going, we're going to have Goku and Vegeta fighting more and more over the next few episodes.
Yeah.
So in other words, it really is just the Goku Vegeta show.
Because I mean, they even had at one point Trunks and Goten, catch up with them, and they're like, "Oh, we heard about the tournament. Can we enter?" And Vegeta's like, "Absolutely not." He's
Which
like,
is cute.
But why?
Because
I
it's
mean,
his son.
it makes sense why they can't because it's like,
Yeah.
because you two would fuse, and that's against the rules. It's like, oh. And Goku's like, well, you didn't have to say it like that. It's like, I'm just saying the truth.
I think he's just trying to protect his son because that's how Vegeta is as a dad. Yeah.
Right.
It was cute to me. It was like, oh, that's nice. Okay, so starting off with episode 28, right? It was very interesting because I think half of that episode and also half of episode 30 just felt like filler. You know what I mean? Like, even though we don't know about the manga, so we're just watching this as is, half of 28 in terms of Beerus shooting the place up while Champa's trying to walk to the palace, and then even in 30, when we, although I will admit they were smart to get rid of that recap and just have them recap it to Krillin in episode 30. But I don't know, just most of episode 30 also felt like it was filler. And I say it because of the fact that I guess it's just like, oh, let's all go around and talk to people. Like, I know it's planning, but it's just like, that could actually happen in 5 minutes, though. Like, you know what I mean? You don't have to actually, I was waiting when we got later on into, a couple episodes later, when we got up to the test, I was like, they're actually, even though Goku did that one, brought up one question, I sat there and I was like, this is going to be like the Chunin exams. They're going to be taking this test for 2 episodes. I will admit, though, even though, I felt like that was filler, they were very smart in knowing what to not show. As in, okay, well, they did show some of that, and some people might complain about that, and even some of the stuff that I might complain about in terms of the fight with Vegeta against the Metal Man, right? That felt very long and drawn out. What I have to be honest, though, is I'm really happy they didn't show Goku and Vegeta doing a very long training montage.
Yeah.
No, because look, back in the Dragon Ball Z
that
days,
they showed, but
yes, but back in the Dragon Ball Z days, you would have had remember, 10 days, right? 10 days, the Cell tournament. Do you remember how long those 10 days lasted for us?
Yeah.
We saw it on a daily basis, not on a weekly basis, thank God. But imagine how long it lasted for the people of Japan and other places around the world that aired, Dragon Ball Z on a weekly basis. It was not 10 days. It was about, maybe 3 months?
Oh, God. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, right? So the fact that they were like, oh, we're going to go train in there for 3 years, I was like, oh, no. And then they were like, well, we're done training. I was like, oh, shit, yes. Oh, thank God. I'm so
Especially the fact
frightened.
that they come out with beards.
Yeah, fuck that. But I have to be that guy, and I think you want to be that guy too. They've said outright, hey, we have all the hair that we ever will have. Although
and yet Vegeta's father had a goatee, so
Yeah, right. He was born with a goatee.
And Nappa was bald and also had a mustache
I will admit,
goatee
Nappa,
type thing.
I'll say this much about Nappa though, which is very interesting. They say things like, "Oh, once you get to 80, that's when your body starts to we don't know how old Nappa really was."
That's all right. Fair enough.
Yeah. But so in other words, what I'm saying is here's the funny thing too. I feel like I can understand them losing hair. Just the idea of gaining more hair. It's just hey, what's this? You don't shave. We've never heard of you shaving. You literally were in there with Gohan for how long and you just came out just fine.
That's true.
Yeah. I thought that GT shaving crap was
course,
filler, but apparently it happened here.
Yeah, I thought the nice touch was, of course, neither of them showered the entire time they were in there. So
Oh
as
yeah,
soon as
and
they come
everything
out,
was
it's like
broken.
everyone is just like, get the hell in the shower and get away from me.
I love it so much. It's just like, yeah, that makes sense. Like that is,
Yeah,
like that was
makes
perfect. Yeah, of course they're just like, do we smell? We're fighting. Yeah, that's right, we're fighting. You know. But yeah. So the setup up until the tournament, I think it was a nice setup. Like I do enjoy what they did there with explaining this universe thing. By the way, which they explained sort of in the movie. In Battle of Gods, but they didn't explain
They mentioned it.
They hinted it, yeah, but
right.
they didn't mention it.
But this time they actually
here.
said, "Oh yeah, that's a thing."
No, but here's the funny thing, right? They didn't mention it in the adaptation of it. In other words, they mentioned like other universes in the movie. When they adapted it into Super, they did not mention it, and I said to you, that's weird. Why are they not mentioning this? And now they bring it up and they explain it in full that apparently there are 12 universes. Right? And when universes are close enough to each other in proximity, or at least in number, rather, like we're adding up to 13 is the point. They then can mirror each other in certain ways. But I found that to be very strange because at first, I don't know about you, but that made me think. Even before, like I was gonna say, like it made it feel like they were going to show like movie verse versus like television verse. But even putting that aside, I'm sure you thought too that they were going to be similar universes, like close. Like I don't know, like I don't think these are similar enough. I might sound like a jerk. I'm just saying, like they seem like they are vastly different.
I mean,
in terms of how shit went down.
On a universal scale, I feel like similar to each other is a very hard thing to measure. So, like, when
Fair
they
point.
said, oh, yeah, our Earth has been destroyed, I'm like, huh. Okay. I mean, I kind of thought of it in the way less of, like, they're similar as more of in, like, kind of what we would think an alternate universe would be like.
Yeah. So, in other words, I guess the point is that Universe 1, like, everyone on Earth can be plant people. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the difference. Like, that's how different it is. Like, ecosystems are like, people eat fire and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
The same planets are still there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Earth is still technically in Universe 6, and, like, all these other things are still there.
Yeah, but shit went down a lot different, clearly.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. All right, I'll take that because it was so weird to me to think that, like, oh, there's just minor differences. Like, Frieza isn't a bad guy, even though technically we find out that Frost is a bad guy. He's a bad guy, but not bad like Frieza. So in a way, like, it's funny
he's
because
almost
like,
worse.
He actually, arguably worse, I would say.
Arguably
but
worse
anyway.
than Frieza.
Yeah, somehow, because like he was, and we'll discuss why a little bit later. But the point is that because the Saiyan planets were never colonized in that, or at least recruited in that way by Frieza and his army, that means that the Saiyans now still live. I mean, heck, they're warriors, but they're not so prideful that they hate each other in a way that they would fight like that. So they're not even like. They're still on, like, one of their original planets.
Yeah.
Like, that's how long it took. Like, they're still very, very behind in terms of where they've advanced in, in Universe 7. But, no, but they're still just as strong. And arguably, they might be smarter.
Right. Well, hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
What if they tie that into the episode of Bardock?
I was assuming they were.
I was
assuming they were. Well, I mean, no. I mean, the planet, yes. The planet. Why would Bardock be there? It's a different fucking universe.
Exactly.
No. You're an idiot. You're not. This isn't even funny. You're being stupid.
Well, come on.
I'm being very serious
here.
here.
Do that.
I'm being very serious here. I love it so much. It's just like, Matt, this is a fucking television show. I'm being serious. Children watch this in Japan. Fuck you and your mother.
I'm very
Matt,
serious
calm down.
about my Dragon Ball anime.
Matt, calm down. But Frost is laughing in the background. It's like, fuck you too.
Oh God.
By the way,
okay. Go ahead.
No. You go first. I've been yelling for too long.
Okay. Well, there was one point that I wanted to bring up from one of the episodes that are leading up to the tournament. When Bulma says, "Oh, why don't we just ask where the other Super Dragon Ball is? You know, the ones that are the size of planets." Because okay.
Well, she didn't know that they were the size of planets at the time.
No, I know. I'm saying for emphasis, like, yeah, there's apparently the original set of Dragon Balls are the size of planets.
Yeah,
but,
I find that to be very weird. But again, like you said, the universe is a very big place.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
I like the idea that they were spread out across both 6 and 7. That was kind of cool.
It's funny.
But
I don't like that, although I do like it. Like, I like it in terms of it's nice to know that there aren't 7 planet-sized Dragon Balls in both universes. But it's always weird. It's just weird to me because, it's weird to me because I wonder, there has to be someone that's higher than Beerus controlling everything. So I hope we find out who is higher on the food chain. Because what I mean is just like, it's strange to me that, we've had such a limited scope of this world up until this point. So that's nice, right? Like, it's nice to have things expanded, you know? I do like that.
Right.
Yeah, but it's, it is strange to me, though, because, like, we've had, like, up until this point, we've only thought, okay, there's only one universe. That's that. There are different timelines. Right. Thank you, Trunks.
Yeah.
But there's only one universe, right?
Well, that's
but
the
now
thing, like, when they came out with, Beerus, the god of destruction, I'm like, so there's probably a god of creation. No, like, there has to be a god of creation too, right?
Okay, that would be nice to check out. Yes, because that is a good thought. Yeah,
I honestly feel like just like the little bit I learned about actual Japanese culture through taking a language course at Stony Brook a while back.
You get a gold star on the fridge. I'm kidding. Please go on.
Okay.
I'm kidding. Please go on.
Well, I'm saying it's not like there's always a balance. So if there is a god of destruction,
yes, of course,
there has to be an opposite force to combat it and keep it in balance.
Right, and it's not just Japanese culture. I mean, you can see that in across cultures all around the world. I mean, like there is a god and then there is a devil.
Dragon
Ball, of course. Yeah, of course.
But the one, like, it's funny. I originally thought, maybe that's the Kais, but I'm starting to think it's not because they're even lower on the food chain. Like, they're still pretty up there, but they're lower in the sense of they're kind of just overseers of the universe and their own quadrants.
Yeah, it's so funny, by the way, how Goku just changed history across universes, potentially. Because literally just the other Kais from other universes, like, you know that Earthling? We chat. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, I could, like, the Kais are just like, we could, not that, like, they're snooty, but just the idea of, again, Earthlings from Earth.
Right.
Earth 6 does seem a lot like Earth. I keep on saying Earth. I'm sorry. Universe 6 seems a lot like our universe in a way. Like, I hope we don't go down the path of war-torn destruction, but,
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah. But it sounds like very much like they did not find a way to get to the stars in the way that you can in Dragon Ball in, Universe 7. Because if anyone doesn't realize, Universe 7 is Dragon Ball's universe, apparently. So, Universe 7, I mean, they have people like Bulma there, who, such a genius, by the way, apparently is able to work Jacko's ship at the age of, 4, 5?
Yeah.
By the way, we got to see her sister.
Yeah, tight.
Yes, Bulma's sister exists. Now, I know to people who've read the Jacko manga, they know that she exists.
Right.
Right? You can see her there. But I never really thought that she'd be brought into the Dragon Ball universe, and I'm really happy that she was, because not like because when she said, when Bulma said, I'm going to call my sister, I was like, you're not going to see her face, or you're going to see half of her or something. No, they're just like, hey, this is Bulma's sister, who looks a lot like their mom, funnily enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is funny, because you realize, Bulma never looked like her mom, really, more her dad. So it's just nice to see, there's her sister, who you can tell is so much older than her, at least from the flashback. That's why we never saw her.
Right,
because she was clearly, out and about elsewhere Potentially in space
Yeah.
at the time, honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
she must have been, because, well, I
Yeah.
mean, maybe not must have been, but yeah.
No, there's a
like,
chance, because think about it. If Bulma was 5, and she clearly looked like she was like 16, so that's like
At
11
least,
years
yeah.
older.
At
So when
least
she met
teens, yeah.
Goku, she was like what, like 14?
Oh, when she met something like that, yeah.
Yeah, if she was like 14, 15, right? So,
Right.
although she might have been 16 actually, but she looked very young.
Somewhere
but she
in
might have been
there.
16. The point is that is that her older sister would have been like 27.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like even if it's only like 9 years older, still the point is that like Bulma looked like in that flashback she was like 4 or 5. She could not have
Yeah.
been 8. And if she was 8, okay. But still her
Yeah.
sister was like clearly 16, so that's 9 years older.
Yeah.
Like her sister looked really young here, which was weird. Because I was like, Bulma, you're so old. It's just like, but her older sister looked younger than her.
Yeah.
But the point is that I think there was enough of a gap where the sister was clearly not living at home, or frankly, they all had that money that she didn't need to live at home if she didn't want to.
Yeah.
And
I
it
mean,
was super
I
duper
feel like
interesting.
she's part of the Galactic Patrol now, isn't she? Tights? That's what
At
it
least she's
seemed like.
working with them. So that's, so
Yeah.
exactly. So she probably was in space at the time. It's so interesting because usually I hate the idea of just bringing in someone without us knowing, and it's like, really, are you fucking serious? But in this way, it worked out very well because, the only time, like, they've gone to space, but literally just to Namek and back.
Yeah.
Goku has been elsewhere, but we haven't seen much of his travels, and even then, like, he was just at Yardrat and then came back.
Yeah.
So really, in a way, like you realize now, like their journeys into space were very, very tame.
Yeah.
Even then when it's like, oh, we're going to see a Kai, right? It's just kind of like, yeah,
Right.
you go to that specific area and back. Unless you
Yeah.
take the movies into account, which you never should, they really haven't gone into space much.
Right.
Because then
Yeah.
villains started coming to them, like Cell,
Right.
Boo.
Yeah. Well, Cell was
And then
made
here we
on
are.
Earth, but Boo,
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying. No. But even then, Boo was. I thought no, Boo wasn't made on Earth.
No. Cell
but anyway.
was made on Earth as well.
Yes, Cell was, but Boo was not. No,
Yeah.
because he was on Earth because magic, but he wasn't made on Earth. Yes.
Right.
But I know Cell was made on Earth. But the point is that their villains were right there. Is my point.
Yeah.
Like they weren't
Well,
able. Like they didn't have to travel.
Yeah. Even most of the movie villains, they come to Earth if they're not.
Eventually,
yeah.
some of them. No, but like even then, like other ones, like when I think of movie villains, I think of like Metacooler or I think of Broly. They had to travel to space for those. But you're right, most of them come to Earth or are in hell or something. But anyway,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
Oh, but the one scene that I wanted to bring up that I thought was really funny, and you'll probably thank me for bringing this one up, was
Please
when
do.
Bulma wishes on the Dragon Balls to ask about where the last Super Dragon Ball is, and they summon Shenron.
Yes.
And Shenron's like, oh, Lord Beerus, you're here again? He's like, yeah, Earth has become part of my interest. Now tell me where the damn ball is. I can't.
I wish for you to leave. That was my favorite. I wish for you to scram. No, but here's the thing, though, right?
What are your other wishes? It's like, oh, poor Shenron. But even Goku was like, oh, man, you all right, buddy? Oh, I'll be okay.
It was a lot of fun. I think even when Bulma slapped Beerus, he was just like, he had such a great idea that I will allow that slap. And Vegeta was just like, thank goodness I don't have to die for my wife, because I would, but good God, I was about to die for her. Like, he just sat there and was like, seriously, though, because, like, her hitting Beerus,
like, go get me my Dragon Balls. Yes, sir!
But, yeah, by the way, I think it was so dumb, though, that they thought that Shenron could even solve anything. Like, now, here's the funny thing, right? You're like, no, because like it's not a Piccolo thing this time, right? Because it sounds like I'm just being as mean as they were to Piccolo during the fight, but that's not the case, right? The reason why I'm bringing this up is because like there's so many things that both Shenron and even Purunga couldn't solve. That's the idea that you would think that they'd be able to find dimensional. They didn't know it was interdimensional at the time, but like legendary Dragon Balls that are clearly like they were carved from. I understand maybe the idea of like, oh, they'll know where they came from. Yeah, but that's way out of their jurisdiction.
Yeah.
you know, like this is the Earth's Dragon Balls.
Right,
or
exactly.
even like Namekian Dragon Balls. Like, Namekian Dragon Balls, I assume would have a bigger range. But like, I don't know, like when you say things like, "Oh, in the universe," right? That really starts to make things pretty.
Shenron's
fucking...
just like, you guys are kidding me, right?
I couldn't fight the Saiyans. You remember how inconsequential they are now? Couldn't fight them.
Yeah.
You really want me to fucking...
Oh, God, could you imagine? It's like, wait, you tried to blow up my ship while I was coming here? You were trying to kill us at the time. All right, fair enough.
Oh, I loved it when it was just like, yeah, Vegeta has experience in that. Don't bring up the past.
Yeah. Don't bring that up right now.
I was like, oh, man, that's sad. Speaking of just something so random and interesting, the idea that both Champa and Beerus both love food. But apparently, I guess because the Earth... because, again, universe is so large that Champa didn't find the Earth, and now it's exploded, right? That food apparently was just really, really good on Earth. So Champa's just like, this egg is amazing. And they're like, it tastes like any normal egg. It's like, but here's cup ramen. What? I love it's cup ramen, by the way. Like, they made sure to pick the most fucking standard thing. Like, they knew.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because it's just like, they could have showed him sushi. Right? They could have showed him anything. But it's like, no. Cup ramen is the joke, and I loved it so much.
Yeah.
Because guess what the American equivalent is? Cup ramen. It doesn't fucking change. We have ramen here, too, which is boiling water. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
It's like giving him a rice ball. They're great, but it's kind of basic.
Yeah.
You know, like it's the basic, compared to like, these 5-star gourmet meals that you would think like, what would you show an alien? Like, if you had to show an alien a food, what would you show them? Like, yeah, pizza is basic, but you think, depending on where you are, it's like, but pizza. But like cup ramen, you boil the water. Like the basic ramen you get at the grocery store. It's great. I love it so much. But jumping back into, you mentioned, so you're talking about Shenron, and it was just like, oh, God, we're so sorry, Shenron. So I was confused about how the arc was shaping up, though, and the reason why. Oh, no, before even that, I know I wanted to mention. It's right here in my notes. Apparently, King Kai, there's been talk of bringing King Kai back for years, but Goku just keeps forgetting.
Yeah,
makes me
that
so
was
sad.
The other point. Right.
Makes me so sad. She's like, oh, my God, I'm so sorry.
Because I love how he goes, oh, shit, I forgot to revive him again. And Bulma's like, it's not that important. He's like, yeah, you're right. And King Kai is like just on his planet chilling out and just turns around for a second. Wait, did that... Did he just...
But, so that was sad to me. I was like, I'm so sorry.
He can hear conversations. I mean, obviously he wasn't listening in at that point, but God forbid he heard that conversation.
My God.
You would have been down there faster than you can say Chi-Chi.
I feel bad that he couldn't show up to the fight. Though, to be fair, he's like, I'm not dying twice. Fuck all of you.
That's also true.
But,
although, I was happy to see Supreme Kai and Kibito as two separate people again. That was nice.
That was so nice because that makes a lot of sense. Goku was like, I'm trying to lock on their energy, but I just can't. It doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
That actually made sense because it sounded like a convenient plot thing, which was nice because it was like, oh, great, so you're trying to wrap that up because, of course, you would go to Supreme Kai first.
Right.
And be like, what's going on here? Like, how do we get these Dragon Balls? But it was nice. It was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Like, you're just trying to wipe it away with, I guess they're sleeping or something. No, they were just they were removing themselves from themselves, which is like, oh, wow. So it's going to be very interesting because, I know that this is the Japanese version, but just thinking of Funimation just for a second, I do wonder if the voice actors are still around. Like, I know the one for Supreme, I'm sorry, I meant Elder Kai when I said earlier, but for Supreme Kai, right, he's still around. But I don't know if the one for Kibito is still around.
I'm pretty sure Sabat did Kibito.
Did he really?
In the original one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Sabat.
Oh. I'm going to check right now. I think you're wrong. But if you're not, then he's still around.
Yeah, exactly.
Clearly. Fucking clearly. But anyway, so, yeah, what I wanted to mention, though, was I wanted to mention that I didn't know how this arc was shaping up at first. I was very confused about it because I was sitting around, right, and I was thinking, like, oh, so, so with this arc, right, were we going to have a few people on Earth traveling around trying to find the spheres while... And I thought that was going to be nice. I know it's a little bit like GT, but, like, if you have a different cast of people and no one's a child, like no one gets turned into a child, I think we're all good, right? But sadly, that was not the case.
Yeah. I would have been okay with a, searching for a Dragon Balls arc. Like, if we had, other people other than, Goku and Vegeta doing it themselves. Like, hey, everybody, we need help with this. Can you give us a hand? It's like, well, no one will kill us by doing this, so yeah, sure, we can help. Because, you don't call us for anything anymore, Goku.
That's why I would have been happy.
Why don't you call us? You don't even you don't even come to say hi anymore. What the fuck?
It would have been real nice.
I know.
Oh, so here's something funny. You were wrong, but the actor is still obviously around. It's Chuck Hoover.
Oh, okay.
Who's done Garlic Jr., Peel Off, Android 17, Android 13, Kibito, and Mr. Shu.
Right.
I see Mr.
Okay.
Shu. But it's nice. So he's still around. I didn't realize he also did Kibito. Props to him.
Yeah.
Right. But anyway, so point is that I thought that they were going to split everyone up, which was going to be good, but no, they just sent Bulma and Jacko, which wasn't a bad episode.
Oh, yeah. No, that was fun, too, yeah.
Yeah, but I thought it was going to be a bit more adventure-y instead of just, we're asking for information.
Yeah.
And then they made the universe, in a way, a little bit smaller by making sure it's like, no. The Dragon Balls are separated into both universes. Don't go traveling in your own. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. No travels today. Okay.
I mean, I did like how they got to show off Jacko being, an actual patrolman for once.
After him not, though. That kind of made me mad.
Yeah.
Because, it kind of made me mad. It's like, I can do one of three. I was like, okay, so what are you going to do here? Nothing? Fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then he did something, and I was like, hooray! You did a thing. Good for you, Jacko. You did a thing.
Yep.
But and he was very good at it too, by the way. Like he was very tough.
Oh yeah.
Once he actually.
What I was happy to see. Like it's. Yeah, Jacko can actually fight. Like you saw in Resurrection F. Let's do more of that.
In the movie.
No.
In the movie, not in the fucking.
Okay. I know, but still.
No, I agree. Yeah.
Like it was cool. Like understandably, Jacko could take on a few Frieza soldiers. Fuck, Chaozu could take on Frieza soldiers.
Basically.
Yajirobe could probably fucking take on Frieza soldiers at this point.
No, let's not. No. No, Yajirobe has not been training. He's just a bean.
Let's not go there.
No, yeah.
Oh, God.
But what I'm doing right now is actually looking up Supreme Kai's actor because I want to see if he's still around, if he's been doing anything recently.
The one other thing
he's in One Piece.
Oh,
he's good.
Okay.
We're all good. Yeah, by the way, Kent Williams. He's still around. Thank goodness.
Right.
Oh, Supreme Kai was apparently Mercenary Tao as well as Dr. Gero. Well, shit.
Yeah, right. I can see that.
Elder Kai.
Yep.
Man, this is weird. No, it's just weird, man. It's just kind of like, so Supreme Kai is Elder Kai, is Tao, and is also Gero. I hear it, but it's crazy. They're so talented over at Funimation. I really love, their voice, their voiceover, their voice actors. They're voiceover guys. They're voice actors, man. They're fucking actors. What are you doing?
Good job.
Yeah, right. Anyway, so we're talking about the lead up to this because, again, we thought it was very strange as it was, because, again, we're watching this, like you watched it all yesterday. I watched it all today. So we really did marathon this. Oh, Gohan. I feel bad about Gohan because, like, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, Gohan has wasted potential. But then he's like, no, I've been training. I didn't even know about the tournament. I was like, yes. Oh, but I have things to do, which I'm happy everyone didn't give him shit for it. But and,
Right.
but it's kind of like, and to be fair, like I will admit, Gohan and Boo, that's way too overpowered. What? What do you mean?
Really?
Yes. I'm
we
just
have
saying that you would have.
demigods on the team already, and you want to call them overpowered?
No, that's what I'm saying. You needed, like, that's what I'm saying. You have two demigods. So, like, you knew that everyone on the other team wasn't going to be a demigod or anywhere near that. So that's what I'm saying.
Well,
Like, that's what I'm trying to say,
disappointed. Like, okay.
I know, because you want to see Gohan fight. Because you love Gohan.
Well, okay. I mean, even past that, I mean, like, I figured Universe 6 would have some pretty stiff competition, too. I mean, all right, Frost, all right, that's a good start. But, and the Metal Man was really cool, too. I loved him. Like,
even
I really
the Honey
did
Bear.
enjoy him.
Even the
I mean,
no,
the bear, like, he was one of those guys that relies on his ability. It's like, haha, you can't hurt me because I send your punches into another dimension, so I can't be hit.
Yeah.
Like, all right, I'll just toss you out of the ring then. Wait, what? No, you can't do that. Ah!
Well, that's based on Champa's problem, because Champa did not.
Well, yeah.
Or rather,
I know.
Champa and I forgot her name, but basically their version of Whis.
Vados.
What? Vados?
Vados, yeah.
Vados, yeah. So Vados, she was
I
just,
love her. She's
because
amazing.
I love her because she's basically she's just Whis, and it's great. But what I do love also is, I don't know, like, I loved his ability because it's like it takes the punches and brings them to other dimensions. So fucking cool to think about.
Yeah, I mean, I really like
Goku,
the idea.
Mm-hmm,
I just wish they could have fleshed it out a little more.
Yes, I'll give you that. Yeah. But anyway, so just jumping back into Gohan though. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm okay with him staying behind. However, I would have liked him to go into space had that been an option, but then it wasn't.
Yeah.
And I got sad.
I honestly want to know, because Videl and Pan are both there at the match. So then it's like, what, you're not going to support your husband during his conference? I guess maybe it wasn't like, invited people or something.
No. It's like one of those, she can't go. It's like one of those, like, you get in with your badge and then you give your speech.
Guess.
Yeah.
But it's like now, like now I'm actually interested to know, like, what was so important that he had to do. Like, I almost want to see the episode where Gohan goes to this. Like, this must be fucking important.
Everyone around the world is going to hate you when they get an episode about Gohan's conference on Global Peace Force. And he's going to be like, let me discuss to you the intricacies.
Oh, my God.
Let me discuss to you the intricacies of global warming.
Maybe not
and
a full episode, but...
No, it's going to be a full arc.
Into a Saiyaman episode.
I actually was going to say, no, because when I said the global, like, defense force, everyone we will be equipped with these outfits, and they're all, like, Saiyaman outfits. There's, like, 5 Saiyamen in different colors.
Yep. Saiyaman Force 5.
Saiyaman Force 5. Now, literally everyone's laughing. I don't understand why we are laughing about the Saiyaman Force 5. At what point do you consider that funny? Please. Let's discuss it. Saiyaman, laughing. Force, laughing harder. 5, laughs the hardest. All right, fine then. Maybe I guess I just won't choose 5 teenagers with attitude. You all go to hell. But anyway, oh God, the stuff with Vegeta and Bulma was really cute, just having to bring that up. Oh,
yeah.
Piccolo's reaction to hearing Vegeta talk about Saiyan women was priceless.
That was gold.
Although, even better than that, apparently someone showed Dende Prince of Tennis. Now, who the fuck showed him Prince of Tennis?
I mean, he can see everything that goes on the Earth, so they're like, hey, tennis, that looks fun. Let's do that. We've got nothing to do up here, literally, almost nothing to do. Like, Popo is like, are you done watering the plants? Yeah, this is like the 5th time today I've done it. Cool, you want to play tennis? Hell yeah, I've got nothing better to do. Let's do this.
There's just wars going on down there. God's playing tennis. Fucking hell, God.
Oh, well, I mean...
So he's not God anymore. He's guardian of the Earth.
Well,
I love that so much. No, I mean, I just love. What I'm saying is, I love the dub stuff so much. Like, it's just, we'll just call Kami Kami.
Right.
It's just like,
no one will know, but his title will be Guardian of the Earth.
No, but that's the thing, though. They never. Did they used to call Kami Guardian of the Earth until they needed to? No, until they needed to make Dende Guardian of the Earth. Did they call him that beforehand?
I'm pretty sure Piccolo still referred to Kami as Guardian of the Earth at some points when he talked to him.
Fair enough, because I'm thinking back to like the original, like before Dragon Ball was dubbed and before we got a lot of movies dubbed.
Yeah.
And
I believe it was in the Android Saga when he's talking to Piccolo, like, "Oh, I think you should take the position of Guardian of the Earth."
Oh, yes, but that's when we needed to because Dende was coming up. That's what I'm trying to say. Like before Dende, they could get away with calling Kami Kami.
Yes.
And just saying that he watches over the Earth.
I'm pretty sure there are times where they've mentioned that he was Guardian of the Earth and not God.
Before Android Saga.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, no, because in my head it's just like they got away with calling him Kami, and then everything got fucked because it was like fuck, we need to give someone else the position of Kami.
Right.
And it's like shit.
Yeah.
You know, because that happens sometimes. You know, you don't know what you're dubbing until you get it, and then you're like, fuck. But anyway, so yeah. Moving on to So did you notice? Like, I know I'm the one who told this to you, but did you notice before I mentioned it how everyone from Universe 6 seems like an alternate costume in a DBZ game? It was beautiful.
I suppose, like, for Frost, obviously it felt like that.
And even Hit.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
He looks like alternate Cooler costume.
Yes, and I was so sad when in the episode he walks up to Frost and it's like, oh no, it's you! You're the legendary Hitman Hit. And I'm like, oh, I thought it was going to be alternate Cooler.
Yeah, because we never got a Cooler in our universe.
I was jumping up and down in my seat like, please be alt Cooler, please be alt Cooler, please be alt Cooler. It's like, no. Oh.
And it's fine because we never got a Cooler in our universe, so it's not like it's acknowledging that we got one. Because they're both from a different universe. No, but that's good. Because it's an alternate Cooler, but at least, like, to the fans, we know that we got one. But, like, since they were both from Universe 6, it's not like they were going to say, wait, we have a Cooler in our universe. Like, no. In their universe, they don't. But that's fine.
I don't even know. Like, he looks similar, like, of the same race as Frieza and Cooler and that, you know, that whole thing. But I don't know that he is. That might just be a character design.
Oh no, it definitely is a character design. The same way that the ring announcer, the referee, has like the Majin Buu thing, like the antenna. The same one
that's
that
just
technically. Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is though, it like his face, I can see if he was pink. Like in other words, it's they're not. You know, they all have similar. Like even what's it called? The honey bear. Is basically what he fucking is, the graham cracker bear. He basically has the two ear holes that Boo has, doesn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
So like they all have little things here and there that resemble other races, but it's not exactly the same. Heck, I even think that little one, the one in that Saiyan-esque armor, I think he might be a Saiyan. Don't quote me on that though.
I don't know, man. I mean, he looks too much like a Saiyan to be a Saiyan.
That's true, just like with Cooler. Just like with Hit. So he clearly can't be a Saiyan. Here's one thing I have to say, though. I swear to God. I hate that we haven't gotten his name yet. Unless maybe I missed it. The Saiyan.
Oh,
wait, no. No, it's Kaba. We got it in the preview for the next episode. But not in... But I'm saying it took fucking, 6 episodes-ish? No, not 6. It took 4 or 5 episodes. We've had him speak. So he has a voice actor. But it's just like, oh, I also am a Saiyan. Oh, we are also Saiyans. Great.
Right.
That's it.
Didn't bother to ask for his name.
No, his name is... Or he never bothered to give it.
Well, that too.
He's like, oh, we're nice people on your planet. No, you fucking aren't. Pleasantries,
My
motherfucker.
fist do the talking. I thought you were nice people. I never said we didn't beat the shit out of each other.
Which is accurate. He never said that.
Yeah. That's true.
Oh, Majin Buu farting was the most real thing I have ever seen a character do on this show. Farting in a crowded elevator, that is so accurate.
Yeah.
Like, I don't do it, but seeing enough people do it and being assholes about it, yes, Majin Buu, that is what humans do. You've learned very well.
Yeah.
If you learned anything from humans, that is all.
That is it. Yeah.
Yes. So look, I know you mentioned earlier, the bear, had cool, I mentioned he had cool powers, and you were like, yeah, but I wish they were explored more, and sadly that fight was a bust. I would argue the only fight that was a bust in terms of, like, really, really short was Frieza versus Frost, right? Goku and this bear.
Frieza versus Frost?
God damn it. That's what I want to see. Frost versus Vegeta.
Right. Yeah,
because that fight was really
liked
short.
It. I mean,
more of it.
I feel like Vegeta had to really pull that punch.
Yeah,
if he had just
course.
let loose on him, he would have been exterminated. He would have been
exterminate.
He would have been disqualified from the tournament because it's like, no, I'm gonna end him. It's like, I don't care what universe you're from. You look just like.
And he's still an asshole,
like
which
Frieza.
is nice. And at least, because if he was, when you said, because here's the thing, right? You spoiled something for me while I was watching it, and I didn't know what you spoiled once the show started going on, once I started watching more. But I didn't know if you spoiled, that Frost dies, or that you used to like Frost because he is evil. I thought you said Frost died. So I was texting you, I'm like, but how is he going to fucking die? Like, there's still... And then when when it was Vegeta versus Frost, I'm like, oh, this is how he's going to die. I was like...
No,
I was like, he's going to die right now.
It's like, oh, there's a nice, he uses his powers for good. He saves people. It's like, even Krillin was like, I mean, I want to believe it, but, I was stabbed by him. I mean, the guy that looks like him, so,
Look, let's just be honest here. Dragon Ball Z taught the best message of all. Base someone on their looks.
Just
judge them on their looks. Judge a book by its cover. Remember, Frieza wasn't completely wrong.
Oh,
That's the fucking... I don't suck. This show gave the worst message ever. Like, listen, I know you all were judging him based on how he looked because he looked like an evil guy from your universe. Please understand, you were all correct. Burn him. Burn him!
Well, it was terrible because, like, he had, it's like, oh, I have to do this for all the people that look up for me. It's like, there's no way you're beating Goku in this match. And it's like, Goku, don't you dare do what I think you're about to do. Your planet is still technically on the line here. I know it's just moving it to a different universe, but I don't think anyone else will be really happy about that.
To be fair, no one on Earth would notice. Let's be real.
All right, fair enough. Aside from, Goku and Vegeta's family, but yeah.
Yeah. But here's the thing, right? Here's what I want to say. I was hoping he would throw the fight, though, because that would seem like the nicest and most noble Goku thing that Goku could do. But then, sadly, it had to be due to him cheating because he's evil, for real, and it was poisoning. And thankfully, that brought Goku back into the fight later, because I was going to call them out on that, like, why the fuck is he not in the fight? But then even Beerus was like, nope, you see, poison right there. He's in the fight. We're all good.
Yeah.
We're all good.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, that's nice. But then, like we said earlier, I think we said it on the air, it becomes the Goku and Vegeta show again, because it's just like Goku was never really eliminated, so he's going to be back in the fight later.
I feel like it's funny, because as I was watching, like, Goku goes down, and then Piccolo goes in. I'm like, all right, cool, Piccolo's got this. Falls over. Motherfucker! Okay, because me and you were both talking about this. Piccolo fused with Kami was enough to take on First Form Cell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, but Cell was more powerful than Frieza. Even in his final form, Piccolo could have kicked his ass.
Who, in theory, is more powerful than Champa. Oh, good God. No, I hope not. I hope not. Who is more powerful than Frost.
Yeah. So then, fuck, what was I going to say?
I said Champa, and I'm just like, what's
No,
everything's been thrown
you
away.
made me lose my train of thought because I'm like, that's ridiculous.
So sorry. Well,
Couldn't help
while
but
you're
start
thinking,
laughing.
while you're thinking, I'll just say, what I want to say about it. Yeah, no, Frieza is just, like, look, I know that, when you're thinking of like Piccolo, Frieza, and everything, like, I know that everyone else has also gotten more powerful. So even Goku's standard form and Goku Super Saiyan has gotten more powerful. And I know that the talk was, when, referring to Frieza, if Frieza had trained more, then he would have been super duper powerful. So arguably you look at Frost, and it's like, okay, yes, he is powerful because he has trained so much. But still, I don't know, like, again, it's differences in power levels and other, like, because technically Frost had never gone up against someone like Goku. So even though he had trained over and over and had been in a lot of battles, he was not,
pushed to his limits.
He was still not pushed to his limits. He was better off than Frieza, but he was not pushed to his limits. So there's a lot of, debate on, like, I personally think that, and as you can see in the fight, even though he was weakened, still Piccolo would have taken out Frost. It's that simple.
I just, like,
so
I wish they would have let, that's what I was going to say. Like, I really wish they would have let Piccolo win that fight. Like, discover the whole plot. Oh, yeah, he cheated, and that's how he beat Goku.
Mm-hmm.
And Piccolo finds out. Or Jocko found out during that fight, and Vegeta didn't step in, But
it was a Warriors
thing. They had to give
thing.
that one to Vegeta because he still hasn't gotten a Frieza kill under his belt yet, and that's driving him insane. So it's like, well, I can't kill the one from our universe because Goku did it twice. So let me kill this one. But wait, it's a tournament, so you can't blow him away in a really cool fashion like you should have been able to.
The way that I look at it, though, right? The way that I look at it is I personally feel like I'm happy that Vegeta didn't kill him, though, because it actually made you sit back and realize, hey, Vegeta's grown. He's not just that character anymore.
He does even say, I won't stoop down to his level, of course. I'm not going. He's alive, of course. I won't stoop to his level. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did enjoy that.
Yes.
That was probably the only thing that redeemed it for me, because I was like, all right, you know what, Vegeta, that was a good line. I'll give it to you.
Also, Vegeta needed that. But in my opinion, Vegeta needed that. Also, Metal Guy would have killed Piccolo anyway. Piccolo would have literally done nothing to Metal Man. With how much it took Vegeta to do it, with how much it took from Vegeta, it could not, like, Piccolo would not have been able to. So at least we can say that much.
I don't know. I guess I would have been more okay with that, because then at least Piccolo would have had one knockout under his belt.
Yes. But it makes Piccolo look like he understands, like, a warrior's code of, like, I'll let you have this one.
No, like,
because it's not like, Like, if Vegeta punched him in the stomach, went full Majin to do it. They're like, guys, what are we doing?
Yeah.
But they understood, like, hey, you know what, let me give this one to you. Also, so, I don't know, I get your point, though. You have a good point. But, at least there was some camaraderie there.
Oh yeah.
And at least
I was happy with that.
Yeah. But and I will say that, that fight, Vegeta and Frost, that was, in my opinion, the only one that was just way too short compared to all the other fights that I really think, at least, even though we could have had some more expansion with Honey Bear versus Goku, still, every other fight had enough in it to make you go, oh, wow. Like, I would argue Vegeta versus Metal Man was a bit too long. But I still like that science was involved.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like they had to drag that one out because they shortened, like, other than the thing with Frost, like, they shortened the first fight. Because that's what I really loved. I know it's filler, but I really loved in Dragon Ball Z with the Otherworld tournament.
Yes.
Like, you saw a few matches. Some of them were over pretty quickly, but you still saw both fighters exhibit something cool about themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And then, okay, these aren't the main characters. We'll show them for a few minutes and then done. But you still got to see other people from, their galaxy exhibiting their cool powers and having a fun fight. Like, I wish they would have done that a little more here and exhibited, like Universe 6 characters, have some, cool powers. Like I said, I thought the Bear's power was cool. I just wish that wasn't all that was cool about him. It's like, no, that's it. I have this power. I can't fight for shit, but, I have this power.
Well, because
again,
he was, okay,
like you said, I know, it makes sense for Ciampa's universe.
Yeah, and he was the Piccolo, or in this case, he is the, if apparently he doesn't have any power whatsoever, which it seems like that's what they're leading to, he is the, let me find his name. I want to make sure, because I was getting it wrong earlier.
Madara?
Not on the phone.
I think?
No, it's Monaka.
Monaka, right.
Right, Monaka. So, because apparently from the looks of it, it looks as if Monaka really is not as strong as they're claiming to be, and that's like a joke, because it became a joke at one point. The idea that, and I can see where I'm sure Beerus is trying to go with this. I'm sure Beerus is trying to do this because it will make Goku and Vegeta feel like, oh, wow, there's someone that's even stronger than us on the team, at least Goku. I will fight my hardest. Because, man, I can't believe people like that exist. And, I mean, heck, that's something that's happened with, with Master Roshi in the past, right? It just makes sense, right? However, what does not make sense is that they could have fucking put anyone in that slot if this guy is not powerful.
Yeah.
Like, if this guy literally has zero ki.
I mean, it would, for the thing to work with Goku, it would still have to be someone he knew. Someone he didn't know.
No. What I'm saying is, though, okay, from the looks of it, I don't think it's been actually working. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't think the plan to be like, it's been more work in trying to cover it up and Goku being confused than it's been Goku going, well, if there's other stronger people out there. Like, in my opinion, it's because of someone stronger on the other side. Right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, man, there are other people. Because, again, Goku's first response was, I got to fight this guy. And it's like, oh, no. Like, I don't think it would have. What I'm saying is,
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I just want to finish and just say, like, look, if this guy has zero power and it comes down to only Monaka, you might as well have had Krillin there. And I'm not saying Krillin's weak, but he's Krillin, Yamcha,
he would have been better.
Who hasn't trained in a while. Yes, because Yamcha has had some fighting experience. But please go on. Like, what were you going to?
Well, I was going to say, like, in my opinion, if it's Monaka is, nothing and he's just the filler slot and, a bluff to make Goku not be an idiot like he's been. Like, I've already gone into why Goku's character development has kind of bothered me the last few episodes, but anyway, it bothers me that Monaka is not an actual fighter because, okay, we've been going on about how, with the Super Dragon Balls and all this other stuff, like there are other universes, our universe is so expansive, Shenron can't, search the whole thing. You're telling me that Beerus, the god of destruction, doesn't know someone who's at least strong? I mean, granted, okay, Goku and Vegeta are, god level, and it's like, that's the show, they're supposed to be the strongest all the time. It's like, but you really don't, maybe you couldn't find someone who could rival them or beat them. All right, fair enough. But, like I said before, with the Otherworld tournament, there were so many cool fighters there. Granted, they were all dead, but you're telling me in this expansive universe that you're trying to build and trying to, make look like it's bigger than we really think, you couldn't find one cool person to put in here and say, yeah, this guy's pretty tough. He could fight for us, instead of Nipples McGee.
I agree. Yeah, no, I agree on every...
I'll get off my
No. You needed that, though, because we all needed that. Because we have this dude who is just a complete joke. I hope he's not. I really hope he's not. But he seems like he's a complete joke.
I mean, it was funny. It was funny at first.
Yeah.
Like, when Goku punched him in the face, I'm like,
yes,
he's not powerful at all, is he?
Yeah,
But that's where the joke ended,
Yeah. Oh, my God. But
one other thing I wanted to say about the arena around, like, other people in the audience.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so thankful that Whis and Vados are there because they are the only two who seem to be at all concerned with anyone else's safety at all.
Yeah.
Vados a little less so, but Whis is like, Vegeta broke the barrier. Oh, there are shards flying at the audience. Let me stop those from slaughtering everyone in the audience. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. No, it makes sense, So it was, they're definitely, that's why they're there. That's why their characters
And
are there. And
Vegeta's
that's
just
why
like,
they
sorry,
are
honey.
there. Yeah, but speaking of Vegeta, though, my God, like the fact that he didn't technically step on the floor was like I really thought Vegeta had lost.
Yeah.
So the fact that he actually didn't step on the floor, but Vegeta was pissed because his pride is clearly showing, and it'll show in the next episode as well from the way the preview looks, because he does not want to win just by petty rules.
Right.
Now, strangely,
Honestly,
he can beat people by rules apparently, but he doesn't want to be the one saved.
Oh yeah, I'm glad they did that. Like, I kind of missed Vegeta, like, actually doing something out of pride. It's like, I love his character growth. I really do. I love the way he's gone. But it's like, I kind of miss good old-fashioned, like, yeah, I'm going to beat you into the ground because I'm the Saiyan Prince.
Exactly.
I kind of miss it.
That was nice. Yeah.
And that final flash.
Oh my God, that was...
Yeah. I mean, Gallic Gun was cool too, but that final flash.
Oh, yeah, no, it was done very well. I was very excited to see Final Flash in 2016. And I think a lot of people were, too, because, again, new animation style and everything. It just looks so good.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Yes.
I loved how everyone in the audience, like, oh, God, Vegeta, you're not going to use that move here, are you? It's like, well, he's going to kill us.
Yeah, basically, we're all going to die here. What I do want to say, though, is that I don't like how Vegeta won, I guess. Not even the idea that, he even though he was against the rules saving him, he still used them against his opponent. Not that so much, although a little bit of that. The idea that, like, he insulted the guy. So it's like Vegeta won after insulting the guy. The TV series.
Okay.
I mean, he didn't know about it.
I feel like, no, he didn't know about it, and at that point, just before Vegeta was about to punch him, I feel like he was about to win that match anyway. If he had insulted him or not. That was it. He was winning that match right then and there.
Mhm.
I don't think it really had anything to do with, the insult and him losing the will to fight. He lost the will to fight
that punch,
after he fell out of the ring.
No. That punch, he stood there from the punch and he's like, you hunk of junk, you piece of junk. And then he was like, oh. And then his grip let go.
Guess.
I'm sorry, it's on right now. I have it on in the background.
No.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish it was. Now, it sucks though because okay. Look, Vegeta still would have won because he's Vegeta, so he would have hit him again or something, right?
Yeah.
But from that one punch, it was kind of like, I can hold my own. You piece of junk. Oh.
Yeah.
And then flew right off. But anyway, the point is that, look, they didn't know about it, so it's like, again, it makes it okay. But the entire fight was, kind of making Vegeta look very tough and strong, although making this villain look even stronger, which was nice, showing his different abilities. And the fact that he was not a robot. I love it. Just, is he a robot? He's not a robot. Later on, gonna be a robot. I swear to God, not a robot. Is he a robot? I'm the fucking referee. He's not a fucking robot.
He's living metal. Okay? Get it through your head.
It's awkward, but then again, look at all of you. Look at all of you. How are you any more real? Fair enough.
Pretty much.
But yeah. So, although I hated that barrier in there because you can tell that it was there before the match even started. I was like, this is going to somehow benefit them, obviously. And then it did, and I was like, fuck this. Vegeta won, thankfully. But if Vegeta had lost, I would have been like, this is so fucking stupid. But so sadly we're going to have to wrap some things up here. Unless there's anything that you want to say before we wrap things up here.
Well, I am definitely looking forward to seeing more of Hit. And like we mentioned earlier, I really wonder what Beerus has planned for after this tournament.
Yeah. No, I do too, because there's
that one scene, and Bulma even brings it up, like, you guys, he's up to something. He had like this huge shit-faced grin on. There is no way he is not up to something.
And he said the phrase, "Oh yeah, I wish to blow everything up. Wouldn't that be fun?" And now everyone's reasoning was smart though. They were like, "But we put so much work, and he didn't kill us at first. Like it would be so stupid if he just did." But again, though, Beerus is very impulsive.
That too.
So it's a little scary. But by the way, you know what I really love about these characters too from Universe 6? They feel like Dragon Ball AF art. Does anyone? Do you know what it is? But if anyone doesn't know out there, before we just wrap it up, if anyone doesn't know, Dragon Ball After Future was an April Fool's joke, hence the AF, back in I believe 2003, saying how there was going to be a new Dragon Ball Z series coming out, right? But sadly, people took it to heart, and I think even to this day, I know like one of my students was like, "What about like before? I think Super was just coming out or something like that. This was maybe about like a year ago, maybe even 2. One of my students was just like, "Oh, Dragon Ball After Future." I had to sit him down and be like, "I'm sorry, son.
Right.
It's Dragon Ball April Fools." And he was like, "What?" It's like, "I'm sorry, son." He's like, "Okay."
It's not happening.
It's not happening. However, right, people who took it to heart started making fan art and even have they've modded some Dragon Ball Z games to even reflect, some of these different art styles like Super Saiyan 6 or Super Saiyan 7, giving editing Goku where like Goku would have, let's say, like his Super Saiyan 3 hair, but it's white. So it's grayish instead of a lot of cool stuff that you and I have seen over the years. Because again, this came out in 2003. This this joke, and so it's been going on for like 13 years. I mean, heck, people have even made manga. They've drawn manga in Dragon Ball Z art style.
Yeah.
Right, to look like what a Dragon Ball After Future would be.
Right.
There are some creators.
Love the
fans.
The different arts and the fan art of everything too, and imagining what the universe could turn itself into. Like, I always loved the idea of that.
Yeah, even some people editing figures, right? Taking Dragon Ball Z figures, some from Hong Kong, just some in general, and just painting them into what would be Dragon Ball AF art. And it was just so well done, and I love the fan base. But sadly, it isn't real, right? But thankfully, right, we do have this. Right?
Right.
And I think this is really nice, because it's just a way to expand into this giant universe that is Dragon Ball. And for some that are just like, Dragon Ball AF can exist in another universe. It's like, it could. Maybe.
Yeah.
Probably not, but it could.
It could.
I only say probably not because you see the one, this is the most similar Earth, or similar universe to the universe. It's just like, and Earth is blown up, and everyone, I'm just like, there can't be an AF universe. I wish there was.
Yeah.
But what I am interested in, though, is that I haven't played the newest Dragon Ball Z game, right, which is it Xenoverse 2, right?
It's coming out, yeah.
Yeah, well, obviously that's why I haven't played it. But that's how much I know, right?
Okay.
But even then, no. I didn't realize that. But what matters is this, right? These characters won't be in that game, obviously. However, they can definitely be in future games.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So, I don't know if they would ever plan on making a Xenoverse 3. I don't know, how that would work after this one. But, heck, I don't even know why they're making a Xenoverse 2. I want to play Xenoverse, but I haven't been able to play it yet. But the point is this, right? The point is that, they can, they're creating more characters in ways that I know, Beerus and others have been included in games, in newer stuff, and of course Golden Frieza as well. But my point is that you've expanded it now with Super in a way where you really can include, you can basically make another game that's like Dragon Ball Budokai when we were kids, where it's it's going to the TV series. You can now do that with a Super game.
Right.
You can actually make a Dragon Ball Super game like Budokai for the PS4. And have us go through Super, storylines, especially by the time a game like this would potentially come out after Xenoverse, you would have enough content.
Right.
For a full game. So it's a lot of interesting fun, in my opinion, a lot of, potential future stuff. And I love these characters. I would love to fight as or fight against some of these characters that they've introduced.
Yeah.
And heck, we haven't even seen Kaba yet or Hit in their fight style. At least you and I haven't. But But yeah, so again, we're going to wrap some things up here. I want to thank you all for listening in. Want to just quickly mention that we have our Patreon, by the way, and our Patreon is patreon.com/thoseguysonthe-radio. It's patreon.com/TG Productions. Sorry about that, TG Productions. And you can find our Patreon either by searching on Patreon or by going to the link I just said. And by going to our Patreon, you can donate to us to either suggest a show idea, right? And by the way, because you're donating, this isn't just a simple suggestion, like this will happen, right, unless otherwise stated. So you can say, hey, do a podcast on this or play this video game. Or you can even buy a manga from us. And the manga is very interesting because the manga, it's not American manga, nothing against American manga. It's a manga from Japan called Give My Regards to Blackjack. And by giving us the money, you can assure yourself a copy and also help with distribution costs, paying the translator, things like that. So it's a bit like Kickstarter, but also you're still securing your copy by even buying one issue. Or buying one volume, rather, of Give My Regards to Blackjack. An award-winning manga came out in the year 2002, and I would like to explain it to you more now, but just go on our TG Productions, page on Patreon to definitely get more of the, info regarding that manga. Also, for higher tiers, you can also be I'm looking for the word and I can't sponsor. You can be a sponsor either on one of our or a few of our podcasts or our Let's Plays or our show called TG News, which is located on our TG Productions YouTube channel, which I'll explain in a second. But, yeah, so that's what our Patreon page is about. We also have our merchandise page, which is currently under construction but should be out soon, right, and will be on our Those Guys on the Radio Tumblr page, which is thoseguysonthereradio.tumblr.com, which is our main website. Right, but we also have our social media accounts, which I already mentioned our website, but we also have our Facebook, which is facebook.com, obviously, / Those Guys on the Radio, our Twitter, which is @ThoseGuysRadio, and our Instagram, which is / Those Guys on the Radio. We're also on iTunes, so you can go on iTunes and find us by searching up Those Guys or Those Guys Radio, and we are also on YouTube. So like I said, earlier, we have our YouTube channel, which is TG Productions, which you can find our TG News show there, and some, other funny, quirky stuff as well, some other little series here and there. And also we have our YouTube page for our podcast. That is what we have. Those Guys on the Radio. And Those Guys Play. I mean, you and I, Tristan, we've played a ton of games on Those Guys Play. Some that you don't want to remember.
Yes. And many that I do remember.
Yeah, and if anyone's wondering what they were, I mean, we've had 2 seasons so far, some more coming along, right, down the pipe. So we have season 1, which I know you and I played. So we played Star Wars Battlefront for Thanksgiving. I know that we played, I know you and I played Hot Wheels Turbo Racing and Pets Crazy Monkeys. Hot Wheels Turbo Racing because that's a childhood favorite of yours. Pets Crazy Monkeys because we both don't enjoy life to the fullest.
You hate me.
Right, yeah, a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. But you and I have also played a game that hasn't been released yet for season 2. But the game that we did play the games that we played that were released, I know you and I played Disney's Dinosaur because that was a childhood game. We're not going to say favorite, but it was a childhood game that you played.
Yeah.
As a game you played from your childhood. And Red Steel, a favorite of both of ours.
Yeah.
So we played those, and we even have the game that hasn't even been released yet. So we have that, again, coming down the pipeline on Those Guys Play, which is our YouTube channel. Also, right, we have Matt Beats Games from his childhood, where currently I'm beating Mega Man X, and I even have a few other games that I'll be posting soon. So a lot of fun stuff coming from us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff. So, yeah. Right. But anyway, so, we're done with the show. Again, thank you all, as always. And that's that. So say goodnight, Tristan.
Thank you, everybody, for listening, and good night.